First of all, shout out to the world's best son, Lennox Roos. Just started high school, literally, and already has college baseball scouts sending him letters. So, you know, I say scouts plural. He got one so far, but I know others are coming. So, shout out to him. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel, Lennox Roos. Good job, son. That's that Roos juice. Roosjoos. But I'm here to talk about the Alexander Usyk Daniel Dubois fight this weekend. I'm looking forward to this. And as you guys know, me and Coach James Bashir were pretty tight. Met him back at the Lennox Lewis Vitaly Klitschko fight back in early 2000s at the Staples Center. I think they changed the name now, but met him there at that fight. And, we linked up years later. He remembered me, which I thought was incredible. But I've been knowing this little bit of information since before the Spence Crawford fight. I've been knowing that James Bashir was working with Daniel Dubois in Spain. Coach Bashir called me from there, the Olympic Training Center. I saw the two rings. They're at altitude, beautiful, beautiful scenery. And I was like, I didn't want to talk about it until, he gave me the okay. So he told me I could talk about it now. Plus, I've seen him do other interviews. And this could be Daniel Dubois' secret weapon that he needs to beat Alexander Usyk. Why? Because like I've said many times, James Bashir was with Usyk for 3 years when he was cruiserweight champion. And Usyk let him go by like an email or text message. Like, wow, really? So Mr. Bashir is now working with Daniel Dubois. Dubois' trainer Don Charles called James Bashir into the camp to help them out, which was a classy move. That shows that Don Charles is on the right track. He's not so egotistical like I know everything and I'm gonna make all the difference. He brought in Coach Bashir knowing that he worked with Usyk and he knows he can tell Dubois some things that he needs to do to beat Alexander Usyk. Very classy move. You don't see that happen much in boxing. That's what Coach James was talking about with Seconds Out. Shout out to Seconds Out. Y'all did a great interview with Coach Bashir. And the fights in Poland. And I think that James can give Dubois some confidence that he needs to go in there. You're going to have to be confident when you fight Usyk because he's going to give you so many different looks in that jittery style where he's constantly moving and feinting. You're going to have to keep calm. Now, I know Dubois had knee surgery. He had problems in the Lorena fight, his last fight. He had problems with his knee. That's why he got dropped a couple times from what I understand. So I'm hoping he's supposed to be at 100%. I'm hoping he can move around okay because you're going to need to be able to move against Usyk. You don't want to fall. It might help him too, though. Say he's not 100% in the knee because you don't want to get caught in Usyk's game of moving around too much, and then you find yourself exhausted by round 4 if you make it that far. So maybe by his knee injury, say it's not 100%, maybe he'll be more sturdy and make Usyk come to him rather than him coming to Usyk and then, getting hit up. So I think he's just going to have to go in there and do what Chisora did, but just at a higher level. He's going to have to corner Usyk, keep him on the ropes. He's going to have to go. I would just focus on the body for like 5 rounds straight before I even think of really going up top. You wear down that body, Usyk's not going to be moving around so much. Now, I see Usyk has put on weight, I guess, to absorb some of the shots of Dubois. But even Usyk at a higher weight, he's still going to be moving around. It's not going to slow him down any. Some people, I'm sure, think the weight's going to slow him down because he's moving up to cruiserweight. He's fine at heavyweight now. His body's completely acclimated. He's fought at heavyweight before the pros too, from what I understand. So Well, we know he fought Joe Joyce in the amateurs and won by decision. So Dubois just is going to have to show him, though, you might be a heavyweight. I'm still the bigger, stronger heavyweight. And the fight starts at the press conference. People don't understand that. The mental, psychological game started at the press conference. You saw Usyk rapping and stuff at the press conference before with Dubois, I guess, trying to show him that he's lighthearted and, still playful, focused, yet playful. But Usyk is a very intelligent fighter. He's not easy for anyone to beat. In fact, the guy's undefeated. So no one's cracked the code yet of how to beat Alexander Usyk. And I think James Bashir is the man with the code to do that. Now, I don't know if he's had enough time to work with Daniel Dubois to get him to execute everything that he's teaching, but he says he's a better listener than Anthony Joshua was. I read in an article he was saying AJ wasn't really listening to the things he was saying. And I think he was saying back when Robert Garcia was with AJ that he had he didn't say it, but you kind of got the impression that James meant AJ's got a lot of yes men in his camp. But what happened to that dude that used to hang with AJ that had the slicked hair and the ponytail and the beard? I ain't seen that dude in a while. Y'all know what happened to him? I don't know his name. Anyway, back to Daniel Dubois. He's got to go in there, show he's the bigger heavyweight, show he's the more powerful heavyweight. Coach James says he hits like a Sonny Liston and a George Foreman, and I saw Daniel Dubois recently hitting the pads. I know pads aren't the person. Pads don't really hit back unless the trainer slaps you, but this dude is looking stronger than ever. He looks more fit than I've ever seen him. He's always fit, but he looks even more fit. He's 25 years old? Not that that matters, but you're going to have to go in there, hold, put your weight on him. You can't fall into the trap of fighting when Usyk wants you to fight. You're going to have to fight when you feel comfortable landing your shots. You're going to have to make sure you don't overexert yourself. Punch when you need to punch. Punch placement is very important without Alexander Usyk. And what Usyk has to do to win, of course, as you know, is just be Usyk. Do what he's done to everybody else. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Move around, punch, feint, just be jittery, jab when they don't expect it. Usyk's got a way of kind of throwing his punches kind of like off rhythm sometimes, which really confuses people. It's like boxing can get real technical, like, okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, jab. Usyk will throw a jab when you think he's about to bounce around and move. You think he's moving over there, then he hits you with a jab, and that just totally throws you off and discombobulates, or whatever the word is, throws you off, and you're like, well, what's going on? And he keeps doing it, and he gets you into his rhythm. You can't fall into that trap. I always say you have to adapt in the ring, which is true, but against Usyk, you almost have to stick to your game plan. If that game plan is, I'm just going to fight my fight, you don't want to get caught into the chasing him around. That's not going to work. That's what happened to AJ. He fell into it twice. He fell into Usyk's trap of fighting Usyk's fight. You just can't do that. You will get hit up badly. And I originally had picked Usyk to win, but now that I know Coach James is working with Daniel Dubois, it's still going to be tough because, like I said, this is the first camp Dubois has had with Coach James, and I believe his first camp with Don Charles. This is a tough one. It's almost like I'm not going to even really know till I see like maybe the first 2 rounds, should it go that far. But James wants Daniel Dubois to go in there and get him out fast, like between You know, he doesn't want it to go past 6 rounds, which is understandable. Because after 6 rounds, Usyk's like in a rhythm. Kind of like when I work out, it's like when I start, it's harder than when I finish. It's like once I get started, it feels like I can go on forever. But I'm going to pick Daniel Dubois to shock the world. And I'm not just saying that because James Bashir is the homie. I'm saying it because he's been with Usyk and he can tell Dubois what it takes to beat him. I'm picking Dubois to upset, and I'm picking him to upset. He's not going to win by decision. You're not going to outpunch Usyk. So I'm picking Daniel Dubois to win by stoppage, TKO, round 5. I picked Spence and Crawford. In that fight, I picked Crawford to win in 5. I'm picking Dubois to win in 5. How you like them apples? Probably people out there like, man, you picking Dubois, really? Like, how you going to go against Usyk? Because Daniel Dubois is still the harder puncher. Bigger doesn't always matter, but it might matter here. So I'm going with Daniel Dubois in 5. If you don't like it, come see me. Anyway, thanks for watching. Shout out to Lennox Roos again. Got that college baseball scout letter, doing it big, Roos juice style. And make sure to subscribe to my backup platform in WJ, the world's most dangerous boxing platform, like this one. Make sure to comment, share, subscribe. Go subscribe to V's Walk Like You Talk TV as well. LSR forever. Be fearless. Yay.